shape-selective catalysis by zeolites. The catalytic reaction that depends upon the pore structure of the catalyst and the size of the reactant and product molecules is called shape-selective catalysis. Zeolites are good shape-selective catalysts because of their honeycomb-like structures. They are microporous aluminosilicates with three-dimensional network of silicates in which some silicon atoms are replaced by aluminium atoms. The reactions taking place in zeolites depend upon the size and shape of reactant and product molecules as well as upon the pores and cavities of the zeolites. Zeolites are used as catalysts in petrochemical industries for cracking of hydrocarbons and isomerization.
Hello students, in this video we will see the role of tetraalkyl ammonium salts or quaternary ammonium salts, right? Commonly used or widely used as a catalyst for many different types of organic reactions. Let us consider a SN2 reaction taking place between 1-bromo-octane and sodium cyanide, right, to result in the formation of a nonane nitrile. Now, as far as this particular reaction is concerned, both the reactants which we are taking, that is 1-bromo-octane is a reactant which is soluble in benzene, whereas sodium cyanide is, as you are already aware of it, it is soluble in water. So you are preparing an aqueous solution of sodium cyanide and you are reacting it with the benzene solution of 1-bromo-octane. Okay, now since the organic layer and water layer are immiscible with respect to each other, then the question comes, how can the cyanide ion from this aqueous layer can move to this particular reactant and result in the formation of a nonane nitrile? Okay, so here comes an important role of your catalyst, which is called as phase transfer catalyst, and that's your quaternary ammonium salt. Okay, it has been observed that even if we add a very small amount of a quaternary ammonium salt to this two-phase mixture and the mixture is stirred properly, it results in the formation of a nonane nitrile in a good yield. Can you imagine how much? It results in 92% yield of nonane nitrile, and this reaction completes within about 2 hours, right? Now, to understand how it is possible or what is the role of this quaternary ammonium salt in such kind of SN2 reactions, let us move to see the catalytic effect of this particular amines. Quaternary ammonium salt exerts its catalytic effect due to this particular reason as quoted on the screen. See, quaternary ammonium salt is an ionic compound. As you can see, positive negative charge separations are there. And since it is an ionic compound, it is soluble in water. At the same time, it has 4 hydrocarbon substituents on nitrogen. So when I say quaternary ammonium salt, that means R4N plus X minus. So quaternary ammonium halide, for example, I am saying here. So it has such an heavier hydrocarbon part in a form of a positive charge, right? So it has that 4 hydrocarbon substituents which are present on the nitrogen, right? Because of such heavier hydrocarbon portion attached to it, what you can say, it is also soluble in organic solvents. Is it okay? So when the positively charged quaternary ammonium ion goes into the organic layer, what has to happen? Definitely a negatively charged counter ion has to move in that layer, right? And ultimately it results in the reaction and result in the formation of the product which you are expecting. To understand this concept, let us see the figure. So let's see the illustration of phase transfer catalyst as shown on the screen. So as you can see on the left hand side figure, you have been shown a separating flask whereby since the aqueous and the organic layers are immiscible with respect to each other, they can be clearly shown with the help of the dotted line in center, right? So in the organic layer, there is alkyl halide. Okay, that means here we are talking about 1-bromo-octane present within this layer, and in the aqueous layer there is sodium cyanide. Okay, now in the next step what we are going to do, we are adding a small amount of quaternary ammonium salt. represented as Q plus X minus, right? As soon as you add this, what will happen? We have already seen its catalytic effect. It is soluble in organic layer, right? Why it is soluble in organic layer? Because it has an heavier hydrocarbon substituent in the form of a positive charge, okay? So it will move towards the organic layer through Q plus, right? But definitely if an positive charge substituent moves within a one layer, to preserve the electrical neutrality, a negatively charged counter ion has to move within that layer. Now, which is that negatively charged counter ion which can easily come and preserve that electrical neutrality? That is the cyanide ion, which is present within the aqueous layer. Okay, so cyanide ion will move from the aqueous layer and enter into the organic layer, right? So what you can observe here now, cyanide ion and the other portion of it, Q plus, right? Both are coming in one layer. Because of this, due to the presence of one bromo-octane and cyanide ion in the same phase, a rapid reaction will occur, resulting in the formation of a nonane nitrile. Okay, that nonane nitrile generally we are representing in this particular case as RCl. So that is a formation of a nonane nitrile. Now, after the nonane nitrile has been formed, definitely an halide ion from here will be liberated out, right? Then this halide ion is then transferred to the aqueous layer as Q plus X minus. So that will be transferred into the aqueous layer. And in the aqueous layer, it will again react with sodium cyanide and result in the formation of this Q plus Cn minus, right? And then further you can say the reaction will go on repeating over and over again. So what you can observe here, only a small amount of quaternary ammonium salt is required and it completely explains its catalytic effect. Yes or no? So this is the process, or this is the importance of amine salts as phase transfer catalyst. Now let us see the description of this. So what is phase transfer? Transfer of the inorganic ion. Like for example, in this case, cyanide ion was the inorganic ion which was transferring from one phase to the another phase and resulted in formation of nonane nitrile. So that is considered as a phase transfer concept. Okay, and which is the phase transfer catalyst? The quaternary ammonium salt added in a very small amount within this reaction is called as an phase transfer catalyst. Okay. Apart from SN2 reactions, many other different kinds of organic reactions are worked out with the help of such amine salts, like your alkylation of carbonyl compounds, oxidation reduction reactions, right? Phase transfer catalyst. Is it okay? So it has a very important role to play within various kinds of organic reactions. That's for today. Thank you for watching.
Nanocatalysis. Smaller, cheaper, more efficient. Without catalysis, the world as we know it would not exist. Everything from digesting the food we eat to the refinement of gas for our cars requires catalysts. There is a large difference, however. Our bodies use enzymes as catalysts, while industry uses expensive noble metals. These expensive noble metal catalysts are not only used in the production of gasoline, they're also used in the catalytic converters of our cars to help them burn cleaner, in newer clean energy sources such as hydrogen fuel cells, in the manufacturing of foods such as margarine, and in the creation of life-saving medicines. The Woodfield Borio Goats Research Group has previously discovered how to make a porous aluminum oxide powder that shows great promise as a support for these catalysts. The key features of this support are the high surface area of about 3,200 square feet per gram and a network of approximately 3 nanometer-sized pores throughout the powder. Under the direction of Dr. Brian Woodfield, David Selk is currently working to take these porous supports and fill these pores, which are 30,000 times smaller than a human hair, with expensive catalytic metals such as palladium and platinum. This is being done efficiently and cheaply by using all of the platinum and palladium possible. In this type of metallic catalysis, only the atoms on the surface that are exposed to a reaction are useful. By using nano-sized engineering, Selk and Woodfield are working on putting 1 nanometer crystals of these metals into the pores of the support, which allow for the efficient use of virtually every individual atom of these highly expensive materials. This makes the catalyst more effective at accomplishing its job and cheaper to produce, because of the more efficient use of the materials at hand.